My daughter was lying in a hospital bed, fighting for her life. Her husband promised he'd never leave her side. 3 weeks later, I caught him in the parking lot with her nurse, his lips on hers, his wedding ring still on. I'm Daniel Morgan, and I'm about to tell you how my son-in-law destroyed my baby girl. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and become my family member. How karma found him in the cruelest way possible, and how my daughter became stronger than all of us combined. This isn't just another cheating story. This is about what happens when a father watches his daughter's world collapse and has to decide between revenge and redemption. Buckle up. This one's gonna hurt. My daughter Sarah was 28 years old, married to Jake Matthews for 6 years. They lived in suburban Cleveland. White picket fence, golden retriever named Cooper. The whole American dream package. Jake worked in pharmaceutical sales, made decent money. Sarah taught 2nd grade at Riverside Elementary. Every Sunday, they'd come over for dinner at my place. My wife Maria would cook her famous lasagna. We'd laugh, tell stories, play cards. Jake seemed like the perfect son-in-law, always respectful, always attentive to Sarah. I trusted him with my daughter's heart. October 15th, Tuesday night. Sarah was driving home from a parent-teacher conference. Rain was coming down hard, visibility almost zero. She was 2 miles from home when it happened. Drunk driver ran a red light, T-boned her Honda Civic. Passenger side, direct impact. The call came at 9:47 p.m. Maria answered, started screaming. I grabbed the phone from her shaking hands. Mr. Morgan, this is Cleveland General Hospital. Your daughter's been in an accident. My heart stopped right there. Is she alive? She's in surgery. You need to come now. We got there in 12 minutes. Should have taken 25. I don't remember the drive. Just Maria crying beside me. Jake was already in the waiting room, pacing like a caged animal. His shirt was wrinkled, eyes red and swollen. When he saw us, he broke down completely. I should have picked her up. I told her I'd come get her. He kept repeating it, over and over. For 3 hours we waited. Finally, the surgeon came out, Dr. Patricia Chun. She made it through surgery, but it's critical. Multiple fractures, ruptured spleen, internal bleeding, severe head trauma, induced coma for 2 weeks minimum. The next 72 hours will determine everything, Dr. Chun said. Jake collapsed into a chair, put his head in his hands. I wanted to comfort him, but I couldn't even comfort myself. My baby girl was fighting for her life. Sarah stayed in ICU for 9 days. Machines breathing for her. Tubes everywhere. Her face was so swollen I barely recognized her. Jake never left. Slept in the chair beside her bed. Held her hand for hours. Talked to her even though she couldn't hear. I'm here, baby. I'm not going anywhere. I promise. I watched him. Saw genuine pain in his eyes. Thought to myself, at least she has a good husband. Little did I know. On day 10, Sarah woke up, groggy, confused, in tremendous pain, but alive, conscious, fighting. The relief in that room was overwhelming. Maria cried so hard she couldn't breathe. I held Sarah's hand and whispered, "You scared the hell out of us." She tried to smile. Couldn't quite manage it. Jake kissed her forehead. I told you I'd be here. The doctor said recovery would take months. Physical therapy, rehabilitation, possibly more surgeries. Sarah was transferred to a long-term care unit. That's when her nurse entered the picture. Her name was Mia Rodriguez, 26 years old, assigned as Sarah's primary care nurse in the recovery wing. Pretty girl, friendly, always smiling. Sarah liked her immediately. Dad, she's so sweet. Makes the days easier. Mia would bring Sarah magazines, help with her physical therapy exercises, made jokes to lift her spirits. And she was attentive to Jake too. Too attentive. I started noticing things. Small things at first. Mia would laugh a little too hard at Jake's jokes. Touch his arm when she talked to him. Bring him coffee without him asking. Your husband must be exhausted, she'd tell Sarah. Let me take care of him too. Sarah thought it was kind. Thoughtful nursing. I thought it was inappropriate. Boundary crossing. But what did I know? Maybe I was being paranoid. Maria didn't think so. That girl wants him, she told me one night at home. You're reading too much into it. Daniel, I'm a woman. I know exactly what I'm seeing. Jake started acting different. He'd show up late to the hospital, make excuses, got stuck at work. Traffic was brutal. But his clothes didn't look wrinkled. His energy seemed off. He was on his phone constantly, texting, smiling at the screen. When Sarah asked who he was talking to, he'd say, "Just work stuff." One afternoon, I came by early. Jake wasn't there yet. Sarah looked worried. "Dad, do you think Jake's okay? He seems distant lately." "He's probably just exhausted, sweetheart. This has been hard on him, too." I wanted to believe that. I really did. But something in my gut said otherwise. I decided to pay attention. Real attention. Started showing up at random times. Sometimes Jake would be there. Sometimes he wouldn't. When I asked Sarah, she'd say he went to grab food. Or he needed fresh air. But the cafeteria trips took 40 minutes. The fresh air walks took an hour. And Mia? She was always cheerful when Jake was around. Professional and distant when he wasn't. One evening I stayed late. Sarah had fallen asleep. I went to get coffee from the nurse's station. Passed by the break room. Door was cracked open. Heard laughing. Jake's voice. Mia's voice. "You make this place bearable," Jake said. "You're sweet. Sarah's lucky to have you," Mia replied. Something in her tone made my blood run cold. It was a Thursday night, November 19th. I'll never forget that date. Sarah had a rough day. Pain levels were high. They gave her extra meds around 8 p.m. She was out cold. Jake said he was going to the cafeteria. I said I'd stay with Sarah. Keep watch. 20 minutes passed. Then 30. Something told me to go look for him. Call it father's intuition. Call it paranoia. I left Sarah's room. Walked toward the elevators. Heard voices down the hall. Near the physical therapy room. The lights were dim. Most staff had gone home. I walked closer. Stayed quiet. The PT room door was half open. And what I saw destroyed everything. Jake had Mia pressed against the parallel bars. His hands on her waist. Her arms around his neck. They were kissing. Deep. Passionate. Like they'd done this before. Many times before. My vision went red. Every protective instinct in my body screamed. This man. This son of a bitch. While my daughter fought to walk again. While she trusted him. Believed in him. He was betraying her with the woman caring for her. I didn't think. Just reacted. Pushed the door open hard. It slammed against the wall. They jumped apart like teenagers caught by parents. Jake's face went white. Mia's went red. "Mr. Morgan." Jake started. I cut him off. Don't you dare speak to me." My voice was shaking. Fists clenched. "Dad, please. This isn't what it looks like. My daughter is lying in a hospital bed. Your wife. And you're here with her." Mia backed away. Eyes filling with tears. "I'm so sorry. This was a mistake. It just happened." Just happened. I roared. "You're a nurse. You had one job. Take care of patients. Not screw their husbands." Jake tried to step closer. I held up my hand. "Stay away from me. Stay away from Sarah. Dad, please, I love her. This was stupid. I'll end it." "You already ended it. The moment you put your lips on someone else." Hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. Harder than burying my father. Harder than telling Maria her cancer was back years ago. This was telling my baby girl her husband was a cheater. I waited until morning. Let her sleep. When she woke up, I asked the nurses for privacy. Sat beside her bed. Held her hand. "Sweetheart, I need to tell you something. And it's going to hurt." She looked at me with those trusting eyes. "What's wrong, Dad?" I told her everything. Every word cut like glass coming out. Sarah's face went through every emotion. Confusion. Disbelief. Horror. Devastation. Then came the tears. Silent at first. Then racking sobs. She couldn't catch her breath. The machines started beeping. Nurses rushed in. Had to sedate her. I stood there feeling like I'd just destroyed my own daughter. But she needed to know. She deserved the truth. He showed up an hour later. Security stopped him. I'd already told him he wasn't allowed in. He stood outside Sarah's room, pounding on the glass. "Sarah, please. Let me explain. I'm so sorry." She wouldn't even look at him, just stared at the wall, tears streaming down her face. I walked out to confront him. "You need to leave. Now. She's my wife. I have a right." "You lost that right when you kissed another woman." Hospital security escorted him out. He fought them, screamed Sarah's name down the hallway, caused a whole scene, made himself look even worse. Mia was fired within 24 hours. Hospital policy. No romantic involvement with patients' families. She tried apologizing to Sarah through another nurse. Sarah refused to hear it. "Tell her I hope she's happy. Hope it was worth it." Word spread fast through the hospital. Other nurses gave Mia the cold shoulder. Her reputation? Destroyed. Good. She deserved it. My daughter shocked everyone. Instead of falling apart, she got angry. And anger? Anger made her fight harder. "I'm getting out of this hospital," she told me, "and I'm rebuilding my life. Without him." She pushed herself in physical therapy, worked through pain that would have broken most people. Within 3 weeks, she was walking with a cane. Month later, she moved in with us. Filed for divorce the same day. Jake tried calling, texting, showing up at our house. I installed a Ring camera. Caught him on video crying on our porch. "Sarah, please. I made a mistake. I love you. I'm nothing without you." She watched the footage once. He's right about one thing. He asked nothing. Then deleted it. Karma doesn't need help, but sometimes it moves fast. Jake's company found out about the affair. Corporate has a morality clause. Fraternizing scandal. They didn't fire him. Worse, demoted him. Cut his salary by 40%. Transferred him to the worst territory. Inner city Cleveland. No more suburban comfort calls. He lost his nice company car. Got a beat-up Chevy. His sales numbers tanked. Within 3 months, he was barely making rent. Had to move out of the house he shared with Sarah, into a studio apartment in a rough neighborhood. Mia couldn't find work. Not in Cleveland. No hospital would touch her after she got fired. She tried going to Columbus, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. Someone always found out. Someone always talked. Her nursing license was under review. She ended up working retail. Minimum wage. Last I heard, she moved back to Arizona. Lives with her parents. 26 years old. Career destroyed. All for a married man who didn't even stay with her. Jake hit absolute bottom in February. Lost his job completely. Couldn't make sales quotas. Got evicted from his apartment. Started sleeping in his car. His parents helped some, but they were embarrassed too. His own mother called me once. "Mr. Morgan, I'm so ashamed of my son. Please tell Sarah I'm sorry." I appreciated that. Meant something. Jake started drinking. Heavy. Got a DUI. Lost his license. Had to sell his car to pay fines. Moved into his parents' basement. 34 years old. Life completely unraveled. Meanwhile, Sarah? She was thriving. My daughter went back to teaching. Part-time at first. Kids were so happy to see her. Made welcome back posters. Parents brought flowers. Sent cards. The school threw her a celebration. She still walked with a cane. Still had pain. But she showed up. She fought. She started seeing a therapist. Worked through the trauma. Joined a support group for betrayed spouses. Helped other women who'd been cheated on. She even started dating again. Cautiously. Met a nice guy named Marcus. Teacher at another school. They took things slow. No rush. Marcus treated her like gold. One night at dinner, Sarah told us something. "Dad, I'm happier now than I ever was with Jake." Really? Yeah. Because I'm not pretending anymore. I'm just me. Scars and all. Maria cried. Proud tears. I smiled. My daughter was healing. In April, Jake sent Sarah a letter. She debated opening it. Finally did. I was there when she read it. The letter was long. Handwritten. Full of apologies. Explanations. Regrets. He talked about hitting rock bottom. About losing everything. His job. His home. His dignity. about finally understanding what he destroyed. I don't expect forgiveness, he wrote. I don't deserve it. But I need you to know. I've changed. I'm in therapy. I'm sober. I volunteer at the hospital now, helping patients who can't afford care. I'm trying to become the man you thought I was. Sarah read it twice, then folded it carefully. What are you thinking? I asked. I'm thinking he's finally growing up. Too late for us, but good for him. She put the letter in a drawer. Didn't respond. Didn't need to. Sarah and I were at a charity 5K walk. Fundraiser for the hospital that saved her life. She was walking without her cane now. Strong. Confident. Halfway through the route, we saw him. Jake. Volunteer vest on. Handing out water bottles. He looked different. Thinner. Older. Humble. When he saw Sarah, he froze. She kept walking. Didn't acknowledge him. But then she stopped. Turned around. Walked back to him. I stayed close. Protective. Hi, Jake, she said. Voice steady. Sarah. Hi. You look amazing. Thank you. I feel amazing. Awkward silence. I'm sorry, Jake said quietly. For everything. Every day I'm sorry. Sarah nodded. I know you are. Do you? Is there any chance ever? She cut him off gently. No, Jake. There's not. I figured, but I had to ask. I forgive you, Sarah said. Not for you. For me. So I can let go. Jake's eyes filled with tears. You're a better person than I ever was. No, Sarah said. I'm just a person who learned from pain. You should too. She walked away, head high. I followed her, proud as hell. Jake stood there, crying, holding a water bottle. Karma had taught him. Finally, Sarah married Marcus in a small ceremony. Just family and close friends. She wore a beautiful dress. Walked down the aisle without help. No cane, no limp, just strength. When Marcus said his vows, he promised her honesty. I promised to love you with transparency, with truth, with my whole heart. Sarah cried, happy tears this time. Maria and I sat in the front row, held hands, watched our daughter start fresh. Jake wasn't there, obviously, but I heard through mutual friends he'd moved to Denver, started over completely. New job, new life, still single, still working on himself. Good for him. Genuinely. Last month, Sarah gave a talk at the hospital, spoke to other trauma survivors, shared her story, the accident, the betrayal, the recovery. Pain doesn't define you, she told them. How you respond does. I was broken, physically, emotionally, completely, but breaking isn't the end. Sometimes it's the beginning. She talked about forgiveness, not as weakness, as freedom. Forgiving Jake didn't mean I took him back. It meant I stopped carrying his mistake. The room was silent, everyone listening. She ended with this. If you're in a hospital bed right now, if someone betrayed you, if life knocked you down, get up, not for them, for you, because the best revenge isn't what you do to them. It's what you become without them. Standing ovation, people crying. I stood in the back, tears streaming. My daughter, my strong, beautiful daughter. She survived. She thrived. People ask me if I still hate Jake. Honestly, I don't. Hate takes energy. I'd rather spend it loving my family. Did he destroy my daughter's first marriage? Yes. Did he cause her immense pain? Absolutely. But did he also teach her strength, resilience, self-worth? Yeah, he did. Sometimes the worst people give you the best lessons. Jake's karma wasn't just losing everything. It was watching Sarah become happy without him. That's the real punishment. Knowing you had something precious, and you broke it, and now someone else gets to cherish what you couldn't. If you're listening to this, and you're the betrayed spouse, you'll survive. I promise. If you're the cheater, you'll face consequences. Guaranteed. And if you're the parent watching your kid suffer, just be there. That's all you can do. Love them. Support them. Believe in them. They're stronger than you think. My daughter proved that. That's my story. Sarah's story. our family story. If this hit you hard, hit that like button right now. Comment healing wins if you believe people can rebuild after betrayal. And subscribe for more real-life stories about karma, family, and second chances. Because sometimes life breaks you. But breaking isn't the end. It's just the beginning of something stronger. Thanks for listening. And remember, karma's always watching.